Hey YouTubers and viewers at home, this is me, your host, Dave with Devia Gaming, bringing you the conclusion to the Wolfenstein Youngblood series. I hope you have enjoyed this series as much as I did playing for you. Before we go over the game highlights, discuss the game in depth, I wish to say thank you for making it this far in the series with me. And if you wish, you're more welcome to view other content on our channel, or check out our other YouTube channels and Facebook page. Just remember to give us that like and subscribe. It helps us continue to produce content and improve on quality content over time. Now, for those who are staying with us, I will discuss my favorite game highlights, discuss the most easy, difficult moments in the game, discuss pros and cons of the game, and whether you should buy it or not. So, I decided to talk about 3 highlights in the game I enjoyed. So I really enjoyed where I think it was Sophia, where she used the god power, right? She pushed the door open. It was probably both of them actually, and the elevator doors smashed and crushed Juju. Juju had it coming. She did. She had it coming. I really liked that part because Juju had it coming. I also really enjoyed, the airship. I forget the name of it. Kill that first general. I really enjoyed that airship. It was one of my favorite maps, actually, believe it or not, in the entire game. I really enjoyed it. It was unique. It was really cool. I actually enjoyed it. The airship. That was one of my favorite parts of the game that I enjoyed. The only other thing I could say that I enjoyed was finally after kicking Luthar's ass. Luthar was a pain in the ass. If you guys watched the game, always make it this far, you would know that I at least died one time, or several times actually, with Luthar. It took me a minute to kick his ass. It was really a pain in the butt. But I finally kicked his ass, and it was just so worth it. And I finally defeated the game, and now I'm just trying to get all the collectibles and whatnot, but well, you guys have pretty much already seen all that. The only thing left to the game itself is just all the extras, like just trying to get level 10 on everything and max out my character stats, which is gonna have to be off game, so you guys will see all that. But you guys will get to see all the collectibles if you guys haven't watched that episode. And I will also be doing. I also did an episode, or actually did 2 episodes on where I went and played on the old Wolfenstein games there too, so you guys can see that. Now, as for easy missions, I figured I would discuss 3 easy missions and parts were actually easy, and the same for the most difficult parts as well. The missions I experienced were pretty easy, because in my opinion they were easy, normal, and they were hard, and then there was like super hard. Luthar was just super hard, in my opinion. But then there were some actual easy parts. The General in Brother 3, with the research, I think he was actually probably the easiest general I faced at the time. It was because I could just bang shoot him up from a distance and just do my thing and hide from him. I think he was actually the easiest general to kill. Also going for that Proto-Hounzer and the Tensionary 4. Proto-Hounzers, I figured out how to kill them, and so that's why I know. Because from the new Colossus and other games, I've learned which weapons to use and where to actually aim on those to actually kill them quicker. So that's the only reason why I didn't have too much of a problem with the Proto-Hounzer. And believe it or not, navigating Lab X is actually an easy map. Believe it or not, I was surprised Lab X was such an easy map. It really was an easy map. So, the most difficult parts, obviously General Luthar. We'll just go ahead and name him number 1. He was a pain in the ass. The General in the airship, since I was just getting in the game, you don't have a whole lot of experience in the game, so you don't have a lot built up to go bang shoot them all up, right? So the General in the airship was kind of a pain in the ass because you weren't really all that skilled yet. So it is what it is with that. And the General Brother 1 was kind of a pain in the butt because all those damn lasers everywhere. I mean, I couldn't stand anywhere without getting lasered. So I kept constantly dying almost, just trying to kick his ass. It was kind of annoying. But I did manage eventually. That could have been a different general, but I believe it was the General 1. I believe it was General 1, if I recall, because Brother 2 was the airship. And I would say that's more normal. It was a normal difficulty with him. So it was so-so. Because I could always just, evade him while, the other one's being attacked. And I could just go ahead and help her out and just, constantly shoot from a distance and kick his butt. But so I say he's normal. But Brother 3 was easy. Brother 1, I think, was the one with the Gestapo. I think that was the one that had all those damn lasers that always would just fuck me up. I just had problems with that. So yeah, Lothar, the General Airship. And the only reason I say the General Airship was because we just started the game. And facing him was just a pain in the ass. So, but we did actually defeat him. Now for pros and cons, I do have more cons, sadly. I have, as pros and cons, I'm giving 3 pros at least and 5 cons. So the pros, my opinion, the options to, for your weapon tree, the skins, I don't really care about the skins. We'll talk about that too here in a minute, the cons, but be able to change, to upgrade your weapons in a certain way, you want certain things, and I like to be able to actually have your weapons upgrade like that, because in the regular game, you don't really get the option to upgrade or alteration the weapons in a way. You don't really get that chance to really do that. It's just, bang bang shoot 'em up kind of game, but there's more story. So I will say the option to change and alter your weapons is kind of cool. I won't deny that. And, to have the option to also carry the heavy weapons too. That was actually pretty cool too. I like that. I will just say there was a lot more combat galore and stealth options. You could, in the game, there wasn't a whole lot of story, but there was a lot more combat. I'll just say there's a lot more combat. There's a lot of, and that's another thing. But with all that combat, it's very repetitive. That's one of the cons. All right. And the other thing that I thought was a pro, even though the story was so small, and there was really only in the beginning and at the end and everything in between, there wasn't really story in it. It did add more depth to the Blazkowicz family and a little bit of, their future and whatnot, and it gave a little more to the storyline, in my opinion. Even though there wasn't a whole lot, I wish there was more story. And that's another thing I did say in the cons is there was not a lot of story outside of the beginning and the ending. There wasn't a whole lot of story in the middle. And it really wasn't, and it's sad to say. In the middle, it was more of a just grind, right? And now for cons, like I said, there just wasn't a whole lot of story, but outside the beginning and the ending, where Juju betrays them, you got the little clip there, and you also have the little clip where, you go kick, Juju and Lothar's ass, and then you got the little clip at the end where, the airplane comes up, and you got the clip where she meets the father, but that's all at the end. And then you got the beginning where, you go, the game starts, you meet the 2 protagonists, the 2 daughters, and, it's awesome, and you get a little bit of that info, and then, you do go into combat mission. Once you do get a little bit of the intro when they're in Paris, and Juju sends them on the combat mission to kill one of the generals in the airship. So it's kind of like one of Luthar's, enemies, or General Metzler's enemies, right? So you go there, you go kill that general in the airship, and then it goes back into another story, telling you why they went to France. But that's it. When you're in France, you don't get a whole lot of storyline. It's just the beginning and the ending. And it's kind of sad. So, also one of the other things I had issues with, it was a con, is the gold system and the microtransactions. Bethesda's notorious for it. I don't like it. To introduce that there's a gold system to purchase certain things and for microtransactions is stupid. It is inconsiderate, in my opinion. It's just, they shouldn't be doing that. Also, you didn't need an online connection. And this is another con I had. You didn't need an online connection, but some of the things, the game sort of required it. You didn't need it to play it, but you sort of did need it to play it. I didn't really much enjoy that. I think either that you have to have internet connection. I mean, I'm on a boat. Sometimes I'm on a boat and I don't get internet like that. So I'm at sea. Sometimes I'm at sea. So it's kind of a pain in the ass. Excuse me, French. Another of the cons was the game is very grindy and level based now. I'd have to say that it's level based. I preferred it when it wasn't really level based. You just could just go in and play the game. Having levels and having to grind out levels is just stupid and ridiculous. It's just bad. But what can I say? Also, the game is very repetitive, and the maps are very similar across the board. There's just very minor differences here and there. Like if you notice Brother 2, Brother 1, and Brother 3, there was some hallways, like the main hall, were very similar in some instances. They're very similar. Very. Like if you look at Brother 1 and Brother 2, those two were very similar. In all honesty, the only difference is Brother 2 had a air thing going on, and Brother 1 was the stuff ability. So it's just minor differences, but it's still, and you have to go repeat missions. It's just so repetitive. So it's just kind of annoying. And that there's so many underground missions too, and above ground missions. It's just, yeah. And last but not least, whether you should buy the game, I would say buy it when it's on sale. Or if you're really a big Wolfenstein fan, I would just say get it just to complete the story and experience the entire story, and you experience up to this point about the Blazkowicz family and all the Wolfenstein has to offer, and the whole storyline. And it isn't anything with the DLCs. There's no DLCs for Youngblood like there was with the new Colossus. As you experience the new Colossus DLCs, had nothing to do with the Blazkowicz family. There was really nothing related to the story itself at all. It was just extra content, in my opinion. It was just off track, off beat, and but that's a different story, different game. It was, in my opinion, if you really like Bang Bang Shoot 'em Up, this game is really based on Bang Bang Shoot 'em Up. So, like I said, there's not a very big storyline plot, and this one is there was the other ones. But it does give you some. So if you do buy it, it does give you some, story after the fact, after the new Colossus, what happens. You find out that, the Nazis retreated basically back to the mainland Europe, and, somehow, some way, Blazkowicz went and killed Hitler. I don't know when the hell that was, because the new Colossus did not cover you killing Hitler. You did see Hitler in Venus, but you never killed him. So I don't know when the hell that happened. Supposedly, with his death, the Doomsday device comes up. So it's kind of a, But if you enjoy the series and you want to, if you want to get what happens after the new Colossus, this is the game to sort of see what's happening after the new Colossus, and sort of get that idea of what to expect in the game. But is it worth it? It's up to you, really. I would say it is, but I'd buy it when it's on sale. Otherwise, you could probably. The only other way I'd buy it is if you're really into the series and you want to be able to just be a completionist. It's the only other way I'd say buy it. But if you're not really looking to be a completionist, you just want to buy it to add to your collection, or eventually play it eventually, or you just like shoot Nazis, I would say wait till it goes on sale. Okay. In a future note, this is not related to anything, but this is just, but it is related about the series, but it's not related to anything about the conclusion. On a future note, General Messer and the Fourth Reich, pals in Berlin, and stopping the Doomsday device may be something to look forward to in the future for a future game. So that's something I'm hoping for this series, and maybe, who knows, maybe they'll do a prequel about where Blazkowicz actually goes and kills Hitler, because I know a lot of people would like that. So, because I didn't see anything, any game related thing about him going to go kill Hitler, but supposedly in this game it talks about him kill Hitler a lot. So, but I've never seen it, never played it where he goes and kills Hitler. The only time I actually experienced him seeing Hitler was in Venus. That was it. I didn't see him kill Hitler in Venus. Shoot. The only thing out that I know of that's out after this game was the Cyber Hacker VR thing. And as far as I know, that is not related to any of the actual Wolfenstein series, other than it's just game content just to go play and have fun with, and go bang bang shoot 'em up sort of thing. As far as I know, it has no actual linear storyline to the Blazkowicz family, or any of the actual ending the Nazi regime kind of thing. And as far as I know, it takes place also in Paris. So if we killed Luthor and most of the high command in Paris, and the high command left to General Messer and his buddies in Berlin, I don't really understand why they'd come out with a Cyber Hacker VR game, other than just to have a little bit of extra content for you guys to play and have fun with. So, but story-wise, it's the only thing that's after this game that I've seen so far. So, it's up to you whether you want to buy that. But like I said, that looks like it's just more along the lines of just having some extra fun and going bang bang shoot 'em up. Story-wise, I didn't see anything related to the story. Like I said, the thing that I could be looking forward to is if they come out with when you actually go kill General Messer and his buddies in Berlin and stop the Doomsday device. That's something to look forward to. It may be a prequel to this series where, after the new Colossus, where Blazkowicz does go kill Hitler. That's something I could look forward to as a Wolfenstein fan. But other than that, the little cyber hacker thing, not really interested. It's not really story based, and like I said, this one didn't really have a whole lot of story going with it, but it did give you something to go on. It did give you something to go on to look forward to the next episode. So if you guys are interested in playing it, like I said, it does. If you're a completionist, check it out, buy it. If you're just into just to shoot Nazis and just to play the game, buy it on sale. So, and anyways, that's pretty much it. I think I've pretty much covered everything. Thank you for watching the entire series all the way to the end. It was fun, and I hope to continue to enjoy hope you continue to enjoy our available content for you to view here on our channel. This has been your host, Dave, from Devia Gaming, signing off. Alright guys, we're ending the series, so see you guys in another series. Okay, signing off now. Bye.